Hello everyone, let's talk about money. It might seem like a big, scary topic, but I promise you it's not as complicated as you think. Understanding money is one of the most important skills you can learn in life. It's not about being rich or having fancy things. It's about having choices. It's about being in control of your life. When you understand how money works, you can make decisions that help you, not hurt you. You can sleep better at night, knowing you are prepared for whatever comes your way. This guide is your first step on that journey to taking control. Think of your financial life like building a house. You need a strong foundation to make sure it doesn't fall down when the wind blows. Learning about money is that foundation. It helps you plan for the future, whether that's buying a home, going on holiday, or just having a safety net for emergencies. Without this knowledge, you might find yourself stressed and worried, making choices based on fear instead of confidence. We want to change that. We want to empower you with the knowledge to build a secure and happy future, one smart decision at a time. Let's be honest, money is a part of almost everything we do. From the food we buy at the supermarket to the bus we take to work, money is involved. When you don't manage it well, it can cause a lot of problems in your relationships and for your own well-being. But when you do manage it well, it becomes a powerful tool. It can help you achieve your dreams and support the people you care about. This isn't about becoming a financial expert overnight. It's about learning a few simple rules that can change your life for the better. So let's get started on this path together. Don't worry if you feel like you know nothing right now. That's why I'm here. We will break it all down into simple, manageable steps. By the end of this, you won't just understand money better. You'll feel more confident and ready to make it work for you. The goal is simple: to put you in the driver's seat of your own financial journey. Let's begin with the absolute basics, the building. First up, let's talk about earning. This is the money that comes into your life. For most of us, this comes from a job. You trade your time and skills for a wage or a salary, but earning can also come from other places. You might sell things you no longer need, do a few extra hours of work, or even get a little bit of money from interest on savings. It's important to know exactly how much you earn each month. This is your starting point. It's the total amount of money you have to work with before you do anything else. Next, we have spending. This is the money that goes out of your life. We all have to spend money on things we need, like rent or a mortgage, food and bills for electricity and water. These are your essential costs. Then there's spending on things we want, like going to the cinema, buying new clothes, or eating out at a restaurant. It's very easy for this want spending to get out of control if you are not paying attention. Understanding where your money is going is just as important as knowing how much is coming in. And that brings us to the third part, and it's a crucial one: saving. Saving is the money you put aside for the future. You earn money, you spend some of it, and the bit left over is what you can save. Think of it as paying your future self first. This money isn't just sitting there doing nothing. It's your emergency fund for when the car breaks down. It's your holiday fund for a trip you've been dreaming of. It's your deposit for a future home. Saving gives you security and freedom. The relationship between these three things, earning, spending, and saving, is the key to everything. The simple rule is to make sure you are spending less than you earn. If you can do that, you will have money left over to save. For example, if you earn £1,500 a month and you spend £1,300, you have £200 you can save. But if you spend £1,600, you are £100 short. This is where problems begin. The goal is to keep your spending below your earnings so you always have something left for your savings. So, how do you make sure you spend less than you earn? The answer is a budget. Don't let that word scare you. A budget is just a simple plan for your money. It's your money map. It shows you where your money comes from and where it needs to go each month. Creating a budget is the single most effective thing you can do to take control of your finances. It helps you see exactly where you are spending, so you can find places to cut back if you need to. It's about being mindful, not about stopping all your fun. To make a budget, you start by listing all the money you have coming in. This is your total income for the month. Then you list all your essential spending. This includes your rent or mortgage, council tax, energy bills, food shopping, and transport costs. These are the bills you absolutely have to pay. Be honest and write down everything you can think of. You need a clear picture of your fixed costs before you can decide what to do with the money that's left over. It's an exercise in honesty. After you've listed your essential spending, subtract that total from your income. The money you have left is for everything else. This includes your wants, like entertainment, new gadgets, or takeaways. It also includes your savings. This is where you get to make choices. You might decide you want to save £100 a month. That means you need to make sure your want spending doesn't go over what's left. A budget gives you permission to spend on fun things because you've planned for it. Let's look at an example. Say you have £400 left after paying all your essential bills. You decide you want to save £150. That means you have £250 for the month to spend on non-essentials. That's about £60 a week. Now you know your limit. You can enjoy a meal out or a trip to the pub as long as you keep that weekly total in mind. A budget isn't about restriction. It's about giving every pound a job and empowering you to make conscious. Now we must talk about debt. Debt happens when you spend more money than you earn. To cover the difference, you borrow money. This can be through a credit card, a loan, or an overdraft. While borrowing can sometimes be necessary for big things like a house, getting into debt for everyday spending can be a dangerous trap. The problem is that when you borrow money, you almost always have to pay back more than you borrowed. This extra cost is called interest, and it can grow very quickly. Imagine you buy a new television for £500 on a credit card with high interest. If you only pay back a small amount each month, that interest will keep getting added on. Before you know it, that £500 television could end up costing you £700 or even more. This is how people get stuck in a cycle of debt. They are paying so much in interest that they can't clear the original amount they borrowed, and they might even need to borrow more just to keep up. It's a slippery slope that is best avoided. The best way to avoid bad debt is to live by the golden rule. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. This is where your budget is your superhero. By planning your spending, you know what you can and cannot afford. If you want something expensive, the best approach is to save up for it. It feels much better to buy something with money you have saved than to buy it with money you have to pay back later. This simple habit will keep you out of trouble and put you on the path to financial health. So here's my final piece of advice. Start today. Don't wait until tomorrow. Sit down and look at your bank account. Figure out what you earn and what you spend. Make a simple budget on a piece of paper or on your phone. See if you can find one small thing to cut back on and put that money into a savings account instead. Even saving £10 a week is a brilliant start. Taking that first small step is the hardest part, but it's the most important one. You can do this.